Guys, I'm going to start this video by saying thank you. I say it in a lot of videos. We got a good video. We're getting ready to go check on the palm trees, square bodies. You do want to stick around. This is a pretty good video. Matter of fact, even a Thunderbird here that just came back had to let our equipment buyer run home with that yesterday. We got 2 of those cars. Come get them. But anyway, thank you guys for supporting. I've had 3 people today alone stop by and just say, hey, I'm so-and-so. The one guy, actually his license plate, when I saw his license plate, I thought it was because I see him commenting a lot. And he knew my dad and I think might have worked at Philip Morris with my mom. I got interrupted with another customer, but 3 different people today already, it's about lunchtime, have stopped by and said, I followed the channel, I watch you on here, watch you on there. And they think it's great. So we think it's great you're watching. We appreciate it. Obviously, we have a business to run and a lot to do, but it allows us to interact with people and understand what we do every day. So we do enjoy it. So thanks for the support, first off. And it does go a long ways. My fiance's family has a river house, and they were down there yesterday, and one of the neighbors, I hadn't been down there in a couple of years, and we've been too busy. She's been down there with the kids a few times, and he said, I'll never see JW down here no more. And she said, yeah, he's busy, you know, and everything. He's like, he's a movie star now. I get to see him every day. I just don't see him down here. And tell him we miss him or whatever. And so that's kind of cool. I'm not a movie star. I'm just behind, and not reality TV, but it's as real as it gets. But I do appreciate the support. And again, a lot of our customers are on here, a lot of our friends, a lot of family. There's lots of people that I haven't talked to in many, many, many years. But when I do, like I had to call this morning to a equipment company about a part. And I talked to somebody I went to high school with. And he said, hey, man, ain't talked to you in a long time, but I watch you all the time, man. You're doing good things. And hey, we're just doing what we've always been doing. It's just we allow you guys to interact with us. So let's start the video. Thanks, guys. Hey, guys. We're testing out some new mics. Please drop a comment as you watch this video as to what you think. Yesterday's experience with these mics has been really, really good. The background noise and the cars passing was minimum. We had these on yesterday. Let us know what you guys think. Look at the palm trees. That salt water made them things pop. I can't believe it. If we roll back up and that's what they look like. AJ took my hand signals as cut the tape, but no, I can't do that to you guys. The salt water didn't do that. The guy I got the palm trees from saw what they look like. He said, JW, they're not dead. He said, this one right here is actually doing really well. Trim it back. So we trimmed it back. He said, those 2 are stunted, shocked, something. He said, I'm going to send you 2 more palm trees. You don't find that very often these days. He said, I'm going to send you 2 more palm trees. He said, I'm not happy. I know you've got those things front and center to people that are watching your videos and stuff from all over the world. He said, come get 2 more palm trees. So, of course, we had to go get them. That was no easy task. You got to put them on a car carrier because they're big, long, and heavy. And then we had to replant them. But me and AJ came over here yesterday, lassoed them up, got them in place, and I think they're real happy. We got these set back in here. Everything is great. We got a lot of commercial truck video stuff to bring you guys before the 4th of July. But the flag flying from there. We've got our other crane truck. We're getting ready to put the flag up over here. We got to be careful because of these power lines. But I want to have the flag on both sides for when you guys drive down Jeff Davis Highway. The flag's on the antennas. When you drive by on the 4th of July, I want you to know we are some patriotic people around here. But I'm really, really, really happy with how they turned out. They're a little twisted up. AJ took the task of getting up there and cutting them things loose. I wish I'd taken a little bit of a video, but might not have been OSHA approved. So we're gonna leave that out. That didn't happen. But we do have a bunch going on. Got some stuff out of the square body building. There's Raymond. Raymond's headed to pick up some vehicles. 6-door F-650 out here. If you are looking for a crane truck, speaking of crane trucks, like I said, we're getting ready to put the flag up on that one. Excellent, excellent working crane truck. We're going to catch an accident here one day on film, no doubt. It's funny, people say, you didn't call me back, you must have been making a TikTok video. That man said, put me on TikTok. I guess a lot of people watch. Did you put the video yesterday on TikTok? We need to make sure we're getting them on. So I know you guys first most are watching a lot on YouTube, but we also, TikTok is growing for us tremendously. So we're trying to put stuff on there. You would not believe the people that are on TikTok these days. We've had multiple 70 and 80-year-old gentlemen, and the other day, one of the guys' wives that said they watched our stuff on TikTok. So I don't know if it's just people like it, it's easier, I'm not real sure. But either way, we do end up with a lot of stuff on TikTok. So if you're not watching on there, you might want to try it out. I thought it was stupid, I thought it was silly, I thought it was my daughter's little kids thing to play with when she asked me about TikTok. Utility truck, we got 2 more utility trucks coming in. They're getting serviced right now. Been using the heck out of the little runaround truck there. The Tommy liftgate works great. AC's nice and cold. And as I've told you guys in the past, we try our best with any of these vehicles. That'll be a good test. Did y'all hear the Mustang or didn't hear the Mustang? With any of our vehicles, especially the commercial ones, to drive them. I've never had a customer, now with, say, a specialty vehicle with very low miles, I've had a couple of customers be like, what do you mean you're driving it? It's not supposed to have any miles. I'm like, well, it's my vehicle, and I'm driving it. And we do update. Like if I've got something when we were going through the Corvettes, if it came in with 20 miles and I took it to 120 miles, we updated it. The ad said it had 120, so I'm not trying to pull the wool over somebody's eyes. But I try to refrain from driving the newer vehicles. But the commercial stuff, I try to drive. I tell my guys to drive. We try to be in those trucks every chance we get. Because when I sell it to you, the end user, or the tow truck customer, or whoever it is, I want to know everything except for this works, or everything plus this works. Whatever it is, I want to be able to tell you guys, or I want Mike to be able to tell you guys. Mike used to travel about 30 minutes to home, and I ask him every day to please drive something home, just to get it on the highway, check the tire balance, whatever we need to do, just to be sure we were doing the right thing and we're selling the right product. So I've never had a commercial customer ever be offended like, oh, you drove the truck, that's excellent, that's wonderful, but never a negative. Every now and then a negative on a low mileage vehicle, but again, it was advertised that way. I guess they wish they would have put the miles on it in some cases. So let's jet across the street, pause it one time. So me and AJ planted these last year, and we did a little bit different. One, because we had to dig this hole by hand. Physically dug both of these holes actually by hand. So we set the tree a little bit out of the ground, and we put some mulch around it. We do need to get some mulch on this one now, but these have done great. Now we did wrap them for the winter. People ask, how did you make it work? We wrapped them, we burlapped them, we put a heat strip on them, and we put lights on them. So we did put a lot of effort into keeping these trees going. The one there, those things, that's setting straight on the ground, period. We dug no hole. The man that I got these from said, don't dig a hole, don't do anything, put it straight on the ground. So that's what we did. And then we kicked a little mulch on it, and you can see the sand. Were you able to find that sand? Okay. And the cool thing is, these are babies. These are miniature palm trees coming up. I tried taking them out and transplanting them. It didn't work. That's what's up in the window. If you ever go upstairs and wonder what that cup up there is with a rotten stick in it, that's those. So I tried putting them in some sand. I tried putting them up there. It did not last. But that one over there is doing great. We trimmed it way back. This one's doing great. They definitely will last, but they take a lot of effort. I just love the way they look. People come down the road now, they're like, oh yeah, you know, the place with the cars and the palm trees. Like it used to be the place with the crazy trucks or this or that. Now they talk about our palm trees. So going across the road, pause it one time. All right, Grimace and the 10-door are outside. Daniel had to come down. The big white square body on 44s got sold last week. Man flew in, checked it out, loved it, wanted to modify it, said no problem. So Daniel is actually way, oh yeah, the flag. Look at that. Look at that, guys. Just say the, holy crap, look at that load. You want to talk about a spool? Good night. That's a lot of wire on that spool. Flag is whipping today. We need to get the other one up. Look at that thing. Man, my dad would be so thrilled to see that. He would, nothing would make him happier. But we got Grimace out and the 10-door out. We sweated in the building for a few minutes, but we had to get the white Chevrolet out that's going down to Daniel. A lot of you guys, I don't know, well, you can probably see this on TikTok and YouTube, but ask about the power steps. That's one of the things that truck's getting. It's also getting tremendously lowered down and a lot of changes made to it. These two right here are getting ready to start show prep. Got a couple of different shows back to back coming up for these trucks. So Alvin's will go over them. They're going up to the shop for some changes. Daniel's got a few things he wants to do to them before they go. I'll tuck them away in the building so they're nice and clean still. But for you guys that have asked about seeing inside the 10-door, the door's not closed. Check her out. 5 rows of bench seats. It's actually got lighting at each seat in the floor like the aisle of a movie theater. It is by no means perfect, but the kids get in here. We'll leave a mud bog. The kids will get in here. They'll kick their feet up. They'll jump from row to row. They have a blast with this truck. There is not a amount of money. Sounds funny closing all those doors. That you could put on this truck. It's not cosmetically perfect. It's not a show truck. Matter of fact, I'm getting a sign made to put with it because I think a lot of people expect our stuff to be just showy, perfect. And we have some stuff that's showy perfect. We also have some stuff we like to drive and beat on. No fancy shocks. It does have the Davis off-road brake lines. The really nice zinc-coated shackles with the greasable fittings. Crossover steering, track bar system. Steering, track bar. These differentials have lockers in them. Davis off-road wheel. The kidney bean kind of wheel, I call it, but that is the oval. Those are 16 wides on 39 boggers. This truck's getting ready to get the same thing. They will be matching pairs of each other. And people ask about the wheel. These wheels have been on this truck, I guess, right a year. Right a year. We have driven it. We've turned in cul-de-sacs. We've done U-turns. AJ's done U-turns. Everybody's driven this truck, put it to the test of things that it shouldn't be put to. You say, what's wrong with a U-turn? When you put a truck in a U-turn, it puts so much stress on that inside wheel, it'll crack it. There's other brands of similar wheels that we did crack. Matter of fact, we were at a car show out of town with a set of wheels, not our wheels, and we cracked one. And we had something to do that afternoon with the truck. So we actually ended up having to take the tires and wheels off a whole nother truck, put on this truck so that we could still do it. So not much will keep us down. Also on this one, I've touched on it in a couple different videos, but no block underneath the spring system on this truck. If you don't like blocks, we can do something different. Most of the trucks end up with a block. We can relocate the hangers. It's a ton of extra effort. And this one actually has a sway bar because of the length of the truck. We also had recently a video kind of go viral about exhaust. Some people say, run them out the back, run them out the side, dump them down. We'll do whatever you ask. I've got a customer we've done like 5 exhaust jobs back to back for recently on some really custom trucks. A great customer of ours. And each time we do something a little bit different. It can be done however you request. So don't ever forget that, guys. If you're buying a truck, one of the main things for the looks and the sound is how the exhaust is routed. So we want to do it the right way. The copper and tan truck sitting down there getting ready to leave. That truck's going to New Mexico. Finalized that deal, waiting on a transporter. David is working on that red and silver 20 series 3/4 ton, getting ready to get some of the interior stuff knocked out on that. We need to go pick up the crew cab K30 3+3. That should be done at the headliner shop. Need to get that truck back here. We had 3 inquiries yesterday alone on this Ford. Just because we haven't put any effort in it doesn't mean we don't like it. Doesn't mean something's wrong with it. A lot of people are like, what's wrong with it? Why aren't you messing with it? Well, if Daniel had shop tickets open for every truck that I need stuff tweaked, finished, and done on, this one being a perfect example. Brown Bear, we're getting ready to pick up. As a matter of fact, I think, AJ, we got to go do a video about that with Kenny. He'd probably have 50 tickets open currently. Unfortunately, we don't do it that way. He just says, JW, I got a couple hours. I'm going to work on something. JW, I got a dedicated day. I'm going to work on something. Don't forget, we got the 8-door mega truck, the twin turbo Cummins or compound turbo Cummins in that, and the compound turbo in the Ford mega truck. Both of those need some love before they go out and start tugging or doing anything weird. And then square body after square body after square body after square body. But there's nothing wrong with this Ford. Just haven't had time to mess with it. Matter of fact, it's got crap piled up in front of it. Can't even get it out. But runs, drives, operates. Came from Florida. Single family owned truck from what we were told. Lights all over it. But solid as a rock. Like, solid. Solid truck. That sounded good. Did you hear that? Had a little, I probably could have made a song out of that. Still got the Florida tag on the back. And this man, I don't know if he was a truck driver, he stayed on the road, but he made a camper out of the back of this truck. I hate to say it, but whenever we do mess with it, we're probably going to yank all these lights off, change all this wiring, and throw this stuff away. And that's also the reason I'm like, let's leave well enough alone. Somebody's will come along and appreciate. This man spent months, maybe years, doing what he did to this truck. I hate to just take it away, but it's not for everybody. But it is for somebody. I can promise you. And 2 or 3 of the guys yesterday kind of loved it like this. And I mean, it's not much not to like. Look at the pinstriping. Freaking cool pinstriping. All the trim is there. Dent side is what you refer to this truck as. For your Ford guys, we call our Chevy square body, so we better get our Ford guys right. Dent side, square body. Doesn't mean it's got a dent in the side. Funny enough, had a customer call and said, I don't see a dent. There is no dent. Now, it was not this truck. It was the Ford we had before this. It was a beautiful restored burnt orange colored Ford. And he said, I mean, I appreciate y'all's description. So it's got a dent in the side. And I'm not joking. I'm being serious I can, even though I'm about to laugh. I said, no, sir, that's what they call those trucks. He said, I've been around Fords forever. I've never heard them call that. I said, well, that's just the lingo. They call this generation the dent side. And then they call the other generation the bump side. But he thought it had a dent in it. He said, I'm not seeing it. Could you just send me a picture? I'm like, sir, it doesn't have a dent in it. That's just what they call it. He ended up buying the truck. He loved it. And we had a good laugh about it afterwards. But I guess that's the equivalent of square bodies. While we're over here, reminder, AJ, we do need to unload this truck so that we can get it out. And we need to get it and Grimace and the Chevette together for a picture. Boy. Oh, should have brought the thermometer over here. We haven't had a whole lot of Sauna memberships. If you guys want to sign up, Trista's still signing people up for our Sauna. Sauna with a view. It's a very low fee. We need to have our televisions on. You can watch TV, listen to the radio. The TVs might not even work anymore. See look, guys, look. Like when I say it's real out here, it is real out here. I also mentioned that this truck here may be going up for sale. I have a conversation with him later today, hopefully. We've been playing a little phone tag, and I should have some idea on this, a couple other trucks, a pulling truck, some other things that would probably be selling. Oh, the Lamborghini. Lamborghini. Sitting over here chilling. My man came and did a killer video on that, and it really turned out good. So if you guys haven't watched it, it's in our, you all did get shared on our social, right? Okay. Yeah, it's on our social. Yeah, East Coast Garage. All right. Y'all know what happened. Commercial break. Yeah. Man. So anyway, East Coast Garage came and did a bunch of videos with us. He's putting them out there little by little, but he did a really cool one on that. One of them actually broke down. I have two of these cars, and one of them actually broke down. We were able to get the part for it. Wasn't a problem at all. That's the other cool thing. If this was a true Lamborghini Countach, we'd be waiting months. We'd be waiting months just to have somebody look at it. Then we'd be waiting months for a part to come in from Iba Jiba or wherever they come from. I don't know where their cars are made at, but we were able to get a part from the parts store, and it was like 12 bucks. So up and going, running. It's a kit car. It's one fraction, like 1/20th fraction of what this car would be. For those that don't know, and I've got a whole video about it, but we were going on a trip. I couldn't drive yet, so I was riding with my parents. And I remember my mom reading the newspaper. Matter of fact, Daniel might not even been born yet. And she said, maybe Daniel was an infant. She said, showed my dad. She said, look at this car. It's $140,000 or whatever the amount was. I think it was 140. And I think that's what they just paid for their house. This would have been in the 80s. And I think she said it's the same amount we paid for our house. It was a Lamborghini. Everybody looked at it. They're like, that looks like a skateboard ramp. Like, it was skateboard time back then. So, needless to say, they have gone way up. One of these cars today would be $400,000 to over $1 million, depending on the condition. $400,000 to $1 million. So if you bought a new Lamborghini for $140,000 in the 80s, you made a pretty good investment. We would have never bought one. Like I said, I think the house was even less than what the car was. But I remember her reading in the newspaper on our trip about that. So what are those things? 35, 39? Yeah, a fraction, 1/10 or less of the price of a real one. And again, if it breaks, that was a freak thing that broke. If it breaks, you can go get a part for it. And if you're just going to sit in your garage or your showroom or something like that, you don't want a real one. You don't even, we've had real ones. You don't even want a real one at all. That right there will do the job. I don't know what else to say, guys. So I owe AJ, I don't know if y'all can't hear AJ talking. I owe AJ a Lambo video. What he means by that is we were doing our little thing over there with our tripod that I stood up a minute ago. And I was doing a video about Countaches. Everybody from my generation had that car on their wall. If you didn't have a poster of that car on your wall, you might have been a woman. I don't know. Maybe women had them too. But if you were a kid growing up in my generation, AJ says some things are going to get us canceled sometimes. If you were growing up in my generation, if you're in your 40s or 50s, you had a Lamborghini poster on your wall or in your office. I remember going into customers' offices with my dad, and they all had that photo. They had the same poster I had in my room as a kid on their wall, in their lawyer's office, doctor's office. It didn't matter. You had a poster of that Lamborghini. That's what drilled into, you had a poster of that car and you were riding in that truck. If that doesn't tell you something. And we can't do it today because our racks aren't up yet. But when I do this video in a few weeks, You had a poster of that car. You were riding in that truck. You wanted to get home to ride on that three-wheeler. Tell me I'm not speaking right to y'all's soul, because I know it's the truth. And if you weren't riding in that truck, your grandpa was going to come pick you up on the weekend to go hunting, fishing, or farming in that truck, and you had the picture of that Lamborghini. Your grandfather didn't give two craps about that poster of that car. He thought it was a skateboard ramp. He thought it was stupid. But your grandfather drove one of those trucks, or one of these trucks, depending on which side of the fence he was on. But that is what makes those cars so iconic. And the video that I need to bring is talking about the generational thing about Lamborghinis. Also, a couple guys were smart enough. They went and bought them all up. They hoarded them. And then the prices, because they did dive. They did get down. You could buy them under 100 grand at one point. And then they went shoo, through the roof. So anyway, thanks. You know what? This is what I needed earlier. Man. You think that don't work on a day like today? Yes, sir. You go out in this sun. These silly hats that your dad and your grandfather wore and you thought was stupid, they're the best thing since sliced bread, right there. They don't hold no heat in. They work. We should have had these on when we were planting them palm trees, AJ. We'll get it for next time. That's about it for today, guys. We do have some commercial trucks we got to bring you videos on. We got some more inventory to show you. We got some square bodies to show you. Me and AJ have got to run pick a couple trucks up, and I do think possibly we may debut Brown Bear if everything goes as planned. That is going to be exciting. One of the most exciting trucks to bring you guys. I'm not going to say any more about it other than it's brown and there's a bear involved, and who's going to, well, we'll get to that point. Stay tuned.